the most mysterious iPhone 17 leak yet. So the iPhone 17 leaks are in full swing, and we have had some pretty interesting ones, like an actual look at the iPhone 17 Pro's titanium frame, as well as some CAD renders showing off the iPhone 17's new capture button. But compared to what we got today, those are peanuts. Because today we have got to talk about one of the most mysterious iPhone 17 leaks yet. This is something that has left me with more questions than answers, and trust me, you're going to be confused too by the end of this video. First things first, we have got a new leak coming from Pinterest of all places. And it shows us this weird-looking metal plate with some strange markings. Now, if you look closely, you can see that there are these 4 small indentations on each corner of this metal plate. And if you look even more closely, you can see that there are these tiny markings inside of them. Markings like this is usually specific to certain Apple devices used for wireless charging. For example, here's a MagSafe charger, and if you look closely, you can see these tiny markings inside. It's the same with the MagSafe Duo charger, and even the MagSafe battery pack has them. Now, the only difference between these and the leaked metal plate is that these have 3 rings, while the leaked one has 4. But keep in mind that these markings are not on every Apple device that supports MagSafe. Like, for example, the Apple Watch charger doesn't have these, so it's likely that these 4 ring markings are specific to devices released in 2023, which would make sense since the iPhone 17 is also coming out this year. But there's a twist, because if you look closely at the top left marking, you can see that it says A11, which means this could be from an iPhone X. Now, the iPhone X came out in 2017, 6 years ago, which means either this is some sort of updated MagSafe component that's being used in the iPhone 17, or it has something else entirely. And this is where things get even weirder, because if you look closely at the bottom right marking, you can see that it says a 16, which means this could be from an iPhone 14 Pro. But the iPhone 14 Pro came out just last year. So why would Apple be putting last year's component on this year's iPhone? Or maybe, just maybe, this is not a MagSafe component at all. Maybe it's something else entirely. You see, back in 2021, we had rumors that the iPhone 13 was gone have an invisible fingerprint sensor embedded inside of the display itself, kind of like this. And while that didn't happen with the iPhone 13, it still could happen with the iPhone 17. After all, Qualcomm did announce their 3rd-gen ultrasonic fingerprint sensor back in 2021, so it's definitely a possibility. But again, this is just one leak. And we do unreally have any other evidence pointing towards this being the case. So this is just a possibility, a very interesting one at that. Now, some people have also speculated that this could be some sort of heat sink given how close the iPhone 17 is gone be to having an actual periscope zoom module. But honestly, that seems a bit far-fetched to me, especially given how thin iPhones are. So yeah, I really do want to think this is gone. Be a heat sink instead. I think this is some sort of wireless charging component that is being updated for the iPhone 17, perhaps due to the new updated MagSafe standards that Apple announced a few months ago. Yeah, I think that makes the most sense, but again, this is just one leak, and we do and have any other evidence pointing towards this being the case, so take this with a grain of salt and let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Also in the news, we now know when the iPhone 17 event is gone take place according to multiple sources, including Mark Gurman. The event is gone take place on September 12th, which is a Tuesday. So just a heads up, if you live in the US and want to take off work for the Apple event, you know when to do it. Anyways, that's all the news for today. If you guys are not yet part of our community, be sure to join our growing community. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.